Welcome to the Isle of Misfit Rolls, a 5e D&D actual play where the only difference between heroes and villains is perspective. Thank you for joining us tonight, and don't forget, you can catch this episode on YouTube later on this week, and on Sundays you can catch it on podcast networks around the globe. Today we are joined in the top left with the player of Paladins, to no one's surprise, playing as our Tiefling Paladin, Laurel. We have Ellen.
Hello.
In the middle left, we have the Queen of Slice and Dice herself, playing as our sticky finger Tiefling Tally, is Jenny.
Hello.
In the bottom left, we have the D&D vet that keeps this DM in check, playing as our cold-blooded, face-eating, Chafiki summoning Druid Chalk. We have Gray.
Hello.
The top right, we have on the ones and twos keeping this stream running, playing our gift wizard Almus, is Adam.
Hey, I've discovered everyone has a knot on the back of their head once you cut your hair off.
In the middle right, rolling the ones and twos, bleeding from the eyes and being mean to Mo, playing as our human blood hunter Aviana, is Erica.
I'm so used to just the headphones that I didn't even notice until...
I know, it's like I can't unsee it now. Like, what is going on?
I know.
So much.
Wow.
The
Clearly
dreads,
lost the
they were so glorious.
This is the worst. Like, so
They
right,
were
you get like, a haircut, and
beautiful.
you always wait for somebody to comment and they get like a dramatic haircut. And Adam comes in, and we're all just dead silent and say nothing about it.
I didn't even notice. I'm just like, yeah, headphones.
Almost still has his
They're
dreads. Don't worry
terrible.
about it.
No, and they're getting cut off this episode.
Says you.
Yeah, it says me. I'm the
Get
DM.
scalped.
Magic dreads back.
Magic dreads
Speaking of me, last but not least, keeping this garbage cart on fire of a D&D campaign in the top middle square, your DM, about to be removing dreads off Almus. I'm Mike. But if I
Yeah.
wanted to know what happened... But if I wanted to know what happened to our questionable group of heroes last session, where would I go?
Adam will speak. I'm here. I listened to it recently. So we started out, almost tested the bubble, and it seemed like we would be able to get into it the next morning when we were a little bit more powerful. Chalk and some of the crew went to the poop chute to attempt to get in that way. We couldn't get in the poop chute, so we had to find a different way to get in. We came back. Everyone leveled up in the morning.
I tried really hard to prevent that.
The poop chute?
Me, the player, not the character. I just,
Oh, I understand.
Don't want to go. Poop.
No. To prevent you guys from leveling up by interrupting
right.
your rest.
Oh, right.
Very
Oh,
good.
yeah.
In the morning, Laurel and Almus waited for the rest of the crew to sleep and so they could level up. The whole stand outside and get free tickets was a scam. We get to the wall. We open it up after Chalk allows everyone to turn into gas men and women. We get through, and then we're free in the inner city. We eventually make our way to the upper crust.
City
City
of elves.
and we make our way to the top, and there's a hotel where we think the Godbot is, and we had a scheme to get into the hotel.
Potential Godbot.
Yeah, potentially.
Now that we know what happened last time, let's find out what happened on this time on the Isle of Misfit Rolls.
Hello and welcome to the Isle of Misfit Rolls podcast. I'm Lazelle, as if I needed an introduction, the fiercest and most loyal Githyanki. I hope this podcast is as good as everyone says it is. Don't disappoint me.
We're live.
Mike,
Freak.
what is happening?
No, for like 5 seconds.
And so the group starts walking towards the
I'm still trying to find out what the hell's going on wrong with Mike, whether he's having a stroke.
We're having it's a day apparently.
Yeah, it's been a long week, and it's only Tuesday, and I've only worked one day. But we have two of our members in some sort of gaseous style form, and we have the other three currently. Laurel looking like somewhat of a really sunburnt sun elf
With
We have-
horns.
with horns and fancy golden
You have your hood up.
laurels.
You have
Oh
your-
yeah. Good call.
I have still imagined it kind of. There would still be bumps.
They could be space buns. They don't know.
Space buns. That would be ominous. I would have space buns. But, and so, the group continues on. As they approach, they get to the front of the hotel, which I've aptly named something. The Silver Leaf.
Mm. Oh, silver. Okay, I should write that down.
What does the group do as they approach said establishment?
I thought a guard approached us.
He just kind of put a hand out, kind of telling you to, halt. I'm not redoing the intro, so. Keep,
Says the hotel.
keep it moving. Hotel's closed.
We have reservations.
Yes.
Not here, you don't.
This is the Silver Leaf, is it not?
Silver Leaf has been closed. They're fumigating.
Then we need a refund.
You'll have to go see whoever you booked it through, because no rooms available here.
Fantasy
They
Expedia really quick.
Well, that is curious because my lady here, she says gesturing to Tally, received this reservation through the front desk itself. So it is curious to hear this, and
Oh, let me see.
she turns to Aviana.
As does the guard. Hand
Sarah?
extended.
Did you misplace it again?
Can't
Can't find good help these days.
The last mistake Sarah makes.
Well, did you drop it?
I must have, ma'am.
We
I'll
shall
go-
return momentarily, sir. Well, retrace your
wouldn't-
steps.
I wouldn't bother. The hotel's closed.
On whose authority, might I ask?
The council.
And this looks like a city guard, as far as we can tell.
Yeah.
He's on to the draw. Oh, God. You know what?
You do see,
Should
as
I
you
do
guys
it?
kind of like stand back and are just kind of like, you do see a person in a fairly nice cloak. Not crazy nice, but a nicer cloak and a satchel. Very nice satchel. Start to approach.
Taxman.
And as he starts to come closer to the
Let's pick his pockets.
to the hotel there, he kind of stops and he kind of disengages with your party and goes to stop this person. He goes, "Stop. Hotel is closed. Please go where you came from." He's like, "Oh, I have a message to drop off for the Pixies." And you just see the guard kind of roll his eyes. He goes, "I don't know what you're talking about, but I will take this letter." "Who is it from?" And he kind of looks over at your group and he's just like, "Here, step over here by the door and we can finish this conversation." So he goes, "So it kind of goes, ladies, have a good day, ma'am.
Sarah,
You might want to discipline
retrace your
that one."
steps. Yeah, no one's talking to you. And then I'm
I'm
gonna kinda usher
awkwardly, very
us
like just like
away.
shuffles and goes back to look at things. I'll be honest. Also, I'd like to point out, not dressed like a servant. There is nothing to. There's no disguise here. She still looks the same. Anyway, yeah, just very
Yeah,
like.
you're like my
Uh-huh.
muscle. Yeah.
And yeah,
Um,
just kind of like just awkwardly shuffles off.
Yeah, I want to find like another alleyway or something that's maybe not being patrolled.
Okay. So the other two have stepped they're probably stepped like 5 feet away from you, and you can see they're conversing, and you see him go to hand over a letter. Tally, what's your passive?
Like
First
it's 21.
21. Okay, so you be pretty easy to overhear what they're saying. You see
Sure,
him
I'll
say like
pretend to berate Avi some more as I'm listening.
he's just like, yep. And he goes, oh, you're not supposed to mention that they're here. He goes, oh yes, well, everyone knows. I don't know why you guys are all kind of keeping it secret, but they have been an audience has been requested from them. And you're just kind of like, on whose authority? On the Forsyth authority. Alios himself would like request an audience. So I will pass along the message, and I will have them send a reply your way as soon as we can. Thank you. And he just goes, make sure it is done. And what looks to be the messenger turns and starts to head away. The guard heads back to the door. You see him talking and conversing with the other guard. Nods. The guard with the letter goes in.
Question:
Answer.
Do I have family here?
I may have used the wrong name.
Okay.
What is
Okay.
Elios's
That's
last name again? Not Forsyth, it's
Alois fucking Fithirith.
Fithirith.
Okay.
There you go.
I know.
Not Forsyth,
Okay.
Fithirith.
Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, Fathera. Okay. All right. Okay.
They're similar, too similar.
I was like, whoa.
Hold on. Let's go.
Am I a noble? Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah,
No,
so
you're okay.
Eloise seems to have sent a messenger to request an audience with the Pixies.
Okay. As since I stayed to hear that, I'm just like peas and carrots to the two, and like
What?
what, using my
what
arms
do you-
to pretend like I'm yelling. I
Peas
listen.
and
Just
carrots.
shh. It's an old
She's
acting trick. Just shh.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
The theorist has requested an audience with the Pixies. I don't know. Pretend you're searching. Come on, let's go. Find it.
I just like goes into pockets, pulls out bottle, puts bottle back in pocket. Like,
Just let's pretend to retrace our steps. I don't know. Let's go find an alley somewhere. And as we're walking away, do I notice like balconies anywhere?
Up into some of the higher levels, there are balconies and windows. It's a hotel, so they would definitely have balconies.
Okay.
Rich people like balconies.
Yeah, they do.
There's a couple Juliet-style balconies. That's not really a balcony, but like the doors open and they have just like the rail there.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to like usher them to like some kind of side alley that's private, if I can find one.
You do see some kind of gusts of wind and some would say some sort of gas or cloud kind of mulling about as
Okay.
well.
All right. So Pythagoras has requested an audience with the Pixies. Avi, does that seem weird to you?
I mean, I guess if they're part of one of the families who's organizing all of it, it might not.
Wait, isn't that your
It's a
friend?
yeah. I don't know. If Alois is helping, then well, actually, to be fair, I think it was just they were. I don't know. I don't know which one of them is doing it. Someone from the family is doing it. I don't know why Alois would be doing it, but here we are.
Okay.
Did you send a letter to him?
I did, yes.
Do you think this is a result of what you have done?
I don't know. As far as I just told him that we were here. So
Right. Do you have reason to believe that you can trust him?
I do, yeah, absolutely.
I saw some balconies and stuff. I mean, we could all just turn back into wind and enter that way if they're not letting people in through the front door.
That's true. Might be the best bet. Can meet up inside.
I'll
Why
look
didn't
at
we
the
just start with that?
gas
Hold on a second.
bubbles. I can't remember. It was a month ago.
Oh, if we were to be caught inside, we could at least have, if we had gotten, entry through a reasonable means, we would have a reason for being there. But if we just appear as gas and then turn into people,
Yes, I think that was part of it.
That's fair. I mean, if we go inside and we know Aloise is, did they say that they were going to send someone to bring the pixies, or is he going to arrive here?
It was said that that guard was going to go hand them the letter or note requesting an audience. So where it's going to happen or how it's going to happen is currently in the unclear category.
So I guess we better figure out where that happens if we wanted to. Well, I just want to get inside. To be honest, we can if we can handle this without having to deal with any of the nobility, then that might be fine. We have. If we get caught, I rely on him, but until then, if we don't have to, we don't have to.
I mean, I think the best course of action is to float up to one of those balconies and find entry.
Take a look. Let's go scope it out then.
All right.
If Almus and Chuck want to go ahead, because it's gonna take us a minute.
Yeah. So
Instead
I'm
of-
gonna start
Yeah.
transforming back.
See what you guys can learn about what they're saying about it fast before they might have the whole conversation done by now. So
All right.
it's gas
Well,
time,
I don't
baby.
think the man hadn't gone inside by the time we left yet.
Oh, true. Okay. Anyway, so they should go ahead.
Yeah.
Just even if they want to overhear what they're talking about in general.
Start zooming back.
Question for Gray. As far as like moving through stuff, can we like
Has
get
to be a
really
gap.
small as wind? There has to be a gap, but we can move through a gap.
I believe so. I'd have to. Gray, if you could just do me a huge favor and just read the spell and just double check on there. But I think like anything that's like an inch wide or something like that, I believe you can squeeze
Yeah,
through.
hold on.
But we'll figure that out when we get there. When it comes up, but yeah, you guys can quickly change in the whole 1 minute thing. In a situation like this, I'm not going to hold you to it. So yeah, the group is easily able to turn back into mist or gas or whatever thing you want to refer to it as, and the group is able to, with the breeze, float up to the hotel area from across the street. You kind of come over that building you were behind, and you come over to the building. That is the hotel. You see most of the buildings, or most of the balconies are above like the 4th or 5th level. There's about 10 stories to this current building. You look and you see most of the doors are closed, but you do see that on the,
Go ahead.
I was going to say on the 10th floor, you do see a large balcony that does pretty much 3/4 of the building itself. It looks to be.
Like a penthouse?
I'm trying to think of a better name, but I can't think of one offhand. That
Big
would be
room.
clever.
Big room, biggest room.
Yeah.
Big room.
As a
And,
semi-professional thief, I would assume that's where they're staying.
And you could see big sliding doors. Most of them are closed, but there are like one section there that is open, letting in some nice air.
Float up to there.
we're nice air.
Oh my god, yes.
Or at least we're okay air.
So the group is
We're
easily
nice
able
when
to
we have
float
to
up
be.
onto the balcony. Are you just going to go into the room because you guys are clouds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So-
we're not invisible.
You're not invisible. Remember that. You're not flying invisible. If
Yeah.
you are, I'm going to assume some sort of like Nimbus style cloud. So five like small clouds floating into a room full of people is going to cause them some sort of alarm. I'm not gonna. There's
No,
your
I'm not going
free.
in yet.
Okay, so there are 8 sections that are not windows, or it's mainly windows, but like you can easily find a section to land, and if you want to change back, you are able to. If you want to stay in your forms, that is also
How
okay.
tall
So
are these like windows or like doors or whatever they are? Like,
they're for pixies, so they're like 6 inches. No, they're full size, like sliding doors. We're gonna go with.
well, I didn't know if they were like, extra fancy and like really giant, massive doors where you could, like
They're
slip
like
in
10
up
feet
top.
tall.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
There's
Um,
open gaps of that, like with these. Like some of them are sliding like glass. The other ones are actually like sliding stone. So it does look like there's areas that are blocked from view, and they're like it. There's a section open that's probably 10 feet tall by like 7 or 8 feet wide, easily.
okay. So not very high ceilings.
Inside is probably 12-foot ceilings.
Okay. Is there anyone hanging outside the door as we approach?
As of right now, you see nobody on the balcony. No.
But like in the area
Inside,
beyond. Yeah.
you can see some people in it. You do see some buzzing around, some quick movements. You do see a large figure in there.
I would be
Tracks.
real
One of them's.
dumb.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Can I try to like slip in at like as thin as I can possibly get in this form and like slip in through the top and like hug the ceiling? Or before I do that, how well lit is it? Is it just like low lit candles or
Oh, it's well lit. It's midday. So the sun's coming through. It's quite bright in there. There are also lights, like candles and like sconces, and it doesn't look like normal fire. It looks almost to be more of a magical style fire.
Hmm. Okay,
So you're just trying to go rug mode and just kind of
yeah, that's what I
yourself through.
was thinking. Um,
A low fog enters the room. We're getting ready for the discotheque,
but
right? Smoke
also
machine's just starting.
I'm thinking of like, could I just kind of does the balcony have like an overhang for like when it's raining and stuff or snowing?
No, it does not. At least
Okay.
at this section does not. It's an open. It's just if it rains, this would not be a fun place to be.
Oof.
All right. I don't know what anyone else is doing. I'm gonna try and just like get as close to the opening as I can and see if I can hear anything without going in.
Jack is gonna be above the balcony,
Okay.
like maybe 5 feet above where the balcony is, right? And he's then from there he's just gonna spend a minute to reform, so he like lands on the balcony.
Okay. Are you doing it right in the doorway, or are you over a place that's like against the
I'm-
wall?
Over the balcony, right, against the wall, so they can't
Okay.
see it. And then after a minute, he's just gonna drop down because he's actually gonna be solid again.
Yeah, but you're dropping down in front of the doorway.
Yep.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify you're dropping in plain view and not like off to the side where you would be
No,
hidden.
he's gonna drop in on plain view
Okay.
because he's Jack.
What is the rest of the group doing? What are you doing, Ginge?
Probably just hanging outside around a window, like trying to cape up in like corners and stuff like that, where it like just looks kind of like what time of day is it again? Is it
Midday.
It's like it's midday. I guess we're probably not super easy to see in the daylight. So just kind of sticking up in corners where it's harder
It's
to
also
like kind of notice.
snowing, right?
Not in here. It's not.
No, not inside. No,
I
not
meant
going.
like outside.
Yeah, not going
Oh,
outside.
it's
I'm
not
honestly
in the
just-
bubble. It's
The bubble's like, God damn, you're gonna make me do fucking conversions.
76 degrees Fahrenheit.
There you go.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna stick around like outside, and they're on the keep around the windows without breaking.
Is anybody other than Chalk starting to reform?
I got a quick question before I decide. They're on
Okay.
the top floor, obviously. Is it the
That is
entire
correct.
top floor? Is that one room?
They are the top. They are the entire top floor.
I want to go around to the other side of the building.
Okay.
Is there any balcony on this side?
The balcony wraps around the whole.
Oh, it's just like
kit and
one big
caboodle.
whole thing. All right, I'll
3
go to the other
sides.
side of the building, and I'll stay gas for now. But I am going to be on the other side, so we have full coverage.
The only side that does not have a balcony is on the front entrance side.
Okay, I'll go on the back side, the opposite side of where
Okay.
Chalk is turning corporeal.
Okay.
Laurel's
Anybody
gonna
else?
turn corporeal because why not? She-
Where are you doing this?
First balcony that we saw.
Okay.
The
You're
one
just
where I am.
right in the opening.
Sure.
So Chalk
where Chalk
and
is?
Laurel, Chalk and Laurel will be coming to thing, and then right in the opening, and then Tali is going to give them a cool entrance because it's going to be like a smoke machine is shooting across the floor as the tiefling and the lizard folk walk into this
Yeah,
penthouse suite.
definitely exactly what I'm doing because I can occupy the space of other creatures
Ma
while I'm
chère
in gaseous form.
mademoiselle, it is with deepest pride and with greatest pleasure that we welcome you tonight.
And so as you're forming, all you hear is a knock on the door.
Yeah.
In comes the guard that you saw downstairs.
I'm listening hard to hear everything that happens.
And as you do that, the larger figure that you saw in the room starts making their way towards the door, answers the door, takes the letter. It kind of, you see, like, kind of gives a gruff and lets out a big snort. Kind of slams the door. This is a large orc.
The drummer,
Familiar
right?
to a few of you.
Yeah, right. Drummer?
No,
bass
not the
guitarist?
drummer.
What is he?
No.
The
Wait a minute.
captain of keeping it cool.
Oh, of course. Silly. me.
Yes. Dumog.
It
He was
is-
the captain of keeping it real.
Keeping it real.
Okay.
He keeps it real and he keeps it cool. He's captain to keeping it.
Oh yeah. He doesn't have an instrument.
I did
That
not
is.
write down that he's an
Hold on. I have the descriptions of everybody.
Yes, there's the lead singer, the drummer, the lead guitar, the harpist. She sucks, I guess. Background vocals, who has a mean triangle. Captain of keeping it real, and the dancer.
Yes.
Which do we see, by the way? Do we see the
No, we
god
can't
bod
see
in
the
here?
god bod.
No, we
You do
can't
not
see the god
currently
bod.
see a god bod. No, you do see a couple what looks to be hanger-ons. Like it looks like some
Groupies?
not groupies. I'm gonna say they're people have been provided by the hotel
Entertainment.
to assist, not entertainment. They
Oh.
don't roll that way.
Roadies?
They're a little bit of roadies. Normally, their only roadie is mainly Dumog, but it looks like there's people who are like
Oh,
pouring
that's
drinks and
Hotel staff.
putting out snacks. Essentially,
okay.
hotel staff. Yes.
Hmm.
Making sure they only have green M&Ms and there's no white M&Ms or there's no brown ones or whatever M&M they like. It's Fantasyland. They have different color M&Ms.
You're right, of course. My bad.
They actually don't have M&Ms. There's W and Ws.
Yes.
They're wobbles.
Or Wabas.
Well, what's...
And so, you see Dumog kind of hold it up and there's like, some noble sent a letter. He goes, read it, Dumog. And like, opens the letter, he goes, ugh. One of the nobles wants to meet with us. Probably some fanboy. And they're like, oh my god, like, we are so busy. Don't they know we need to rehearse? Who is it? As you see a pinkish looking pixie kind of flying around over to Dumog. He goes, Alois. Something with an F. He goes, oh. That's one of the important ones, isn't it? You see somebody sitting over with a harp. Yes. That is the brother of the one who invited us.
In gaseous form, I'm going to roll my eyes because I know that that's the one that sucks.
That would be Lana.
Yeah, the harpist.
Yep.
There's nothing. Okay, she's fine. What do you mean?
That's Alana.
Yeah, you're such a llama.
Sure, she's great. Okay.
Like, I don't think that fits into our schedule, Trixie. but we really should meet with them. After all, they did invite us here, and they're putting on the concert for us. If his little brother wants to meet with us, we should probably try to do something about it. And then she plays a really weird little ditty. It doesn't sound good though. It sounds kind of off-putting. And can I get everyone to roll me perception checks?
Nice fucking ages.
I have to roll for perception?
I
Oh,
got a 23.
I got a dirty 20.
24.
I don't see shit.
Oh no. Hey.
Anybody over a 15
Yeah.
is able to notice that when she plays this, she almost plays like the notes out of order in a way. Like it doesn't sound like she was playing very nicely and gently, and then she played weirdly. And as she did that, you see on the Dumog kind of quickly starts scanning the room.
Oh.
And a few of
Where-
the pixies are what were just kind of scattered around, just like, oh, thank you, but like I don't need any more wine. I'm kind of wined out, so why don't you wine out of here? We need to have a band meeting, so. Bzz. And she kind of flies around them, and you see the hotel staff try
She's
to
doing
gather
the ruby rod.
plates. Yes, exactly the reference I was going for. Thank you for picking that up.
You're welcome.
I love Ruby Rod. But
Me too.
grabs all the plates and kind of like, just come back in like an hour and bring us something nice, something sweet. And then the staff just kind of like bows and leaves, and there's kind of like floating around, and like they all kind of group together ish. By this time, you guys have taken form. Those who have formed, and they don't seem they. You can tell they have noticed you. They don't take any aggressive action yet. But like you just hear Dumog like, "Who you?"
As they were
Who you?"
entering, I still crowded their feet like mist to give them an entrance.
Is Laurel going first or is Jack?
You're both standing out on the balcony right now. They're also outside with you. Around your feet, there's the mist, the Tally Mist. Still on the balcony, I believe, is Avi Mist. And on the
And the-
opposite side of the balcony is Almas Mist.
Which actually, I think if Almas actually went off by himself, Aviana probably would have followed. Just so
Okay,
we're not.
you can
everyone's
easily
kind of
put yourself on that side as well.
When they ask, "Who are you?" Laurel just says, "We're here to speak to your backup dancer."
I'm just swirling.
The equivalent of just like doing like a single like dance move in the back while they're doing
Yeah.
things.
Jack kind of
I'm their backup dancer.
slowly lumbers into the room, like hunched over a little, sniffing the air, teeth slightly bared.
As you start to approach, Dumog does
Fingers
step
like
in
this.
front of the pixies that are now taking flight around. They're just kind of hovering in the air. Each pixie is their own color.
Jack is like looking at all the pixies like a cat.
Big are they?
What are
Like
the colors, Mike?
2 foot, 3 foot, something like that? Yes, also, what are the colors?
They're like a foot tall.
It's like
They're like
it would be
18,
more
well,
like his
say
head.
a foot and a half, 18 inches.
It's his head's
I think
motionless, but his eyes are just
where's the color
darting,
list I
following all
gave
the
them?
pixies around the room, or at least one of them is.
That's not the right PDF. Trixie is pink. I believe I have Lana as yellow. What are the colors?
I would be yellow.
What does that mean?
Nothing. That's just being funny.
I don't have it somewhere in my notes. I just have trouble finding it right now. I will get you the list of colors.
How many are there then? That's a real important question.
5 pixies.
5
5.
pixies.
Yeah, because Dumog's an orc,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yes.
Goldie is invisible, pretty much.
Goldie is currently not there that you can tell.
Yeah, but like as far as we know, he's like invisible with the gold silhouette, right?
No, that was just on the poster, I
I
think.
was on the poster.
Yeah, the poster,
okay, so-
the magical weird poster.
But do we know what he looks like? Have we heard from the groupie girls?
I mean, Laurel has said that the
Looks like
body
Exodia.
looks like a statue, basically.
Yeah,
Oh,
a golden golem, but with like a cool headdress.
Mm.
So Trixie is pink. Bixie is dark purple. Crash is green. Mana is blue. Lana is yellow.
Blue?
And they all have hair that matches their body, other than Trixie. Trixie is like rainbowed.
Ooh, yeah. My spirit animal.
Happy Pride, y'all.
That guy looks to
There's
Laurel
two Pride soon.
for a moment, and then looks back to the band. It's like, just want dancer.
Dumont just kind of looks at you and goes, "You'll have to wait for the show. Please leave."
We have important business.
What's your business?
Saving world.
You don't look like fans. We
No.
have trouble here?
Like Jack sniffs the air. It's like Go Girl said a lot about band. That Trixie, that's Lana. She's saying to Lana no good, but don't understand why. And he said, hey, you.
Why do people keep saying, Trixie, this is your fault? Not now, Lana.
It's like Jack's pointing like a telling, you do mock. And he kind of says, it's like, you have backup dancer. Backup dancer important to stop snow. Give backup dancer so snow can stop and people can live again.
Before we discuss Goldie, you know who we are. Who are you?
My name is Laurel.
I am Chakunatuk.
Lana's like, and the others?
Like Goat Girl, Flat Face, and Ghost.
He's pointing to like nothing.
No, he just states their names, at least what he calls them.
Hallie, Almus, and Aviana.
Have them join us, please.
They are technically here. They
We
just
need, like,
are
60
missed.
Are you starting to form?
Sure, why not?
How far away are they from Jock and Laurel?
15, 20 feet.
15, 20 feet?
It's a spacious room. They're kind of in the middle of the room, and you're kind of just just beyond the doorway now of the balcony.
I'll split the difference and start to take form.
Okay.
Don't like it's a take so long, and if anything happens, you just gotta be getting out of form like the whole time.
So they're just kind of like, they can start to see them take form. He goes, who cast it?
Laurel points at Chalk.
Immediately sell him out.
Now, I have a question. Because I was still disguised beforehand, do I turn back as my disguised self? Because I don't have, that's not a spell thing. It's
Up to you.
item. Okay, then I am turning back as the high elf.
Okay. What
As
else?
the No, it was actually a high elf. I went back and listened.
Okay.
I was the fanciest high elf I could become.
Okay. So as you start forming up, they're just kind of looking around and just kind of, it's this awkward standoff, and one of them's just kind of like, kind of, you see I lean toward one of the other pixies. It looks like it's the drummer saying to Manas, they're not messing around. That's high level stuff. They just kind of nod at each other. And with that, you do see them take a bit more of a defensive posture. And
I'll
as
be
the
honest,
other two start kind of forming behind them, for brevity, we're going to say that everyone's gotten to their form now.
Yeah, and Aviana absolutely is just like comes out and does like the stretch of like, oh god, being in a gaseous form
Jack
is like
kind of
the
like
worst.
sighs and says, "You know what Goldie is, right?"
Just a backup dancer.
No.
No,
You should
No.
leave here while you can.
I have met this being before.
What do you know of this? You are obviously not here for the concert. What is your purpose?
We are here to stop the world from ending.
Chuck thought he was clear with that. Stop the snow, let people live.
As they're talking, I know that we haven't seen Goldie, but is there like, I don't know, like some disturbed dust where something invisible might be standing, or like,
Give me a investigation check.
okay.
Can I
Don't
also
fuck me
do one of those?
over.
Sure. I'll allow 2 people to.
17.
Luck, because that was a bad roll. And then 23.
Good.
If you're able to, you look around, you don't see any what you presume to be anything invisible or anything like that. You see some cases over there. You do see a large trunk over by one of the walls.
Okay.
Who sent you?
We sent ourselves.
I was gonna say that.
Who gave him to you? The body.
We found it.
Where?
Where?
Magram. Where did you come from? We answered your questions. Answer ours.
The past?
All
Me,
over.
at least.
Jack is from these lands, Sea of Green. It's like you've traveled through.
Wait, hey Almas, where are you from?
Somewhere different, not on the map.
You traveled through the Elven lands. You see what happened to people. Children starving, food being taken away from crop growers, brought here to this city where the fat get fatter and laugh at the expense of, or laugh at the suffering of those outside Dome. Like, yet you're more concerned about a concert than those people.
Who sent you? Why are you here?
We sent ourselves.
This is an odd group to be not sent by somebody.
You know, Chak
What
was
the-
sent by
Is it?
Chak was sent by the Earth Mothers, but that is and
Is it
the old spirits.
really
Don't know
such an
about
odd
the
group
rest.
to have sent themselves?
Anna looks around like,
How sheltered are you? There are many adventuring parties of people who don't look the same, who go out trying to do right and do good and save people all the time.
breaking into our suite here.
Yes.
Technically, we wafted in.
Yes,
It's
we
like
didn't break anything actually.
Chak, like
She's right.
Why do you want Goldie? What is your intention?
Jack's getting frustrated because he's explained his intention like 3 times already.
We want Goldie because Goldie is a key part in saving the world as we know it. That is all you need to know as someone who just happened upon them.
What do you know about Goldie?
Is there a consciousness within the body?
Even simpler than that. What do you know about it? You found it. What do you know about it?
They just kind of all start looking at each other.
Can I insight check that look? Like, do they look nervous? Do they look like they have information that they don't want to tell us in that look?
Give me an insight check.
So Chalk speaks in Draconic briefly and says, "Do any of you," like pointing at the pixies and the elf and the half-orc, "speak this language?"
Umog nods.
Good, because now Jack doesn't have to speak in Broken Common. It's like, so initially we were recruited by the church to try to stop the end of the world. Don't know why, don't care, it's irrelevant right now. Apparently there's a whole bunch of heretics in the church that are trying to end the world, and they've started that process. We need your construct because that's one of the key items we need to stop what they are doing.
Speaking in Draconic, remember.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck, okay.
So, Chalk, as you mentioned this to Dumog, and you mentioned the church and whatnot, you see him tense.
It was 11, by the way.
Yeah, 11's not enough. But
It's like,
after hearing this, he's just like, Trixie, we might be able to trust them.
kind of like does this gesture. It's like progress in common.
They work for the church, or at least used to from the sounds of it.
He's saying
Okay.
that in common or draconic?
He
when
says
he
that in
talks to them?
common to Trixie.
I don't
Oh.
know if they'll recognize it, but I will, as he's saying that, hold up my mare amulet.
Hmm. They must have been the last batch.
I'll pull out a pamphlet from the
Yes,
church. No,
yes.
Hold up.
Jack says, last batch.
Pause. The what?
Last batch. It's like Ghost was part of other batch previously.
Oh,
Yeah, last generally implies more than 2.
He did say he sent others around.
Who?
he?
Oh, that is true. It's been only a bajillion years.
Who sent?
Our favorite bastard, who you didn't let me. It's fine.
I assume you have one of these then. Dumog, show him. Dumog reaches into a sack and pulls out a lantern.
We have mirror.
I pull out the mirror.
Twinsies.
Different vessel. Dumog puts it back in his
Yeah.
bag.
Have they
Yeah.
The
betrayed
one
you
I
yet?
picked.
Yeah.
They stopped answering.
They took darkness and put it in vessel, living vessel, trying to summon evil god.
Cool.
Never
Okay.
did trust him.
So if you want the full page, Aviana will briefly explain the body, soul, separated. Soul bad, body theoretically in the wind.
Trixie's like, oh, we were the group sent from Magrum. When we were there,
Was
we
it
came
there?
we came across Goldie. So once we found Goldie, we're like, what? And we're like, whoa, And we were like, yeah. And Lana was like, no. So we were like, yeah. So then we were like, we got to do something. And we're all like, yeah.
I like to think Tali speaks fluent teenager, so I'm keeping up perfectly.
And so we took Goldie and we stopped reporting. And we kind of, like, went on our own.
And you were doing what
How-
here?
We assumed
How did you
once
find Goldie 2 as a follow-up to that question?
Goldie was by this ringing anvil
Oh shit.
that had this coin print on it, even though no one was striking it.
Doop, 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 doop.
We kind of got lucky. There was an avalanche after a battle with some giants and some troll ice giants or something, and there was a bit of a cave in. We kind of went down this cave, and it got warmer as we went, and we eventually found this, like, we heard this ringing, and we just kept following it, and we found this anvil, and it was just like, we're like, whoa, what's this? And sitting there was Goldie, just slumped in the corner.
Can I
Yep,
do some kind of
okay.
check to see if if they have any sort of symbolism or any of the items related to the gods that we didn't take, or if they seem to be related to any of the gods?
They do not have any iconography or anything like that, no.
Okay.
Or any different items or whatnot.
But the coin is a symbol of Numash, right?
Yes.
That we know of? Okay.
How did you stave off dark?
It's something to do with being, I guess, pixies or something. I don't fully understand
Not
it.
all are pixies.
Yeah, Numash is just kind of, I don't know, like Numash or Dumash.
Hey, quick. Can I do a blood hunter bullshit vibe check on that?
Yep.
Whole area.
Okay. Hold on. 18.
18. You do get a sense of darkness.
Uh-huh.
It is
Is it
coming
Mo?
from Dumog's backpack.
The lantern? No,
Mhm.
lanterns. Yeah.
You do get a.
I'm gonna also ask him. I'm gonna ask him specifically to pull the lantern out again, as I look like a monster. It's fine, and it is the lantern that's lighting up in his bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you see the lantern, it has a weird. It's different than your vessel, which you've stared at many times. This has like clear glass, like etched in with like metal runged glass that kind of spins around it. And as you can see, these little, like, almost like vials in the pillars are kind of half filled with darkness. But there is a pristine flame that, even though he puts in his bag, doesn't seem to ever extinguish. It does have like a pure white flame.
Okay. And
Rending pure
his
white flame.
bag doesn't ignite.
No,
What?
it
What
is in
is-
glass.
And you
Looking
said it
at
was
it,
half full.
theirs is like 3/4 full. It looks like it has like 3 full vials, and the fourth one's like half full, we'll say.
Oh,
This one looks different. It, as you stare at it, that flame, it kind of, does definitely catch your attention. Almost kind of pulls you in slightly, and you kind of feel yourself go with it. Like, as the flame kind of dances, it kind of distracts you a little bit. Even though you're far from the flame, you can feel its warmth.
Is that
Even
something?
though from this,
Is everybody feeling that?
as it sits out and stays out for a bit, it does. It feels. Chalk, you don't like the feeling of this flame. The rest of you are just kind of like, almost, you're not a huge fan of the flame.
Wonder what that is.
Hold on. Who gave the church gave that to you?
They just got
Did-
Dumog nods.
Yeah.
What did they tell you
Chuck's
about
No,
it?
giving like a
Sindrak.
low guttural growl at the
He's just
flame.
like, yes, Sindrak. And you see the other pixies kind of like, oh, Sindrak.
Thank God.
And then Lon is like, he's not that bad. He's actually really nice. You just need to
No,
get to know
Lana.
him.
No. You're wrong. this time.
Also go.
Didn't he he turns to the rest of his Jack turns to the rest of didn't Pointy Ear save all of you?
He did. I mean,
Mm-mm.
Lana's right.
They're like, what happened to Sindrak?
He is
Hope
alive.
turned evil, tried to kill Sindrak. Pointy Ear, Sindrak save rest
Yep.
of group. It's like Jack.
As
he gave
Sindrak
us
was
this.
dying, he cast a teleportation circle to get us all to safety. And
He dead?
no, we
Oh, he's still alive.
saved him.
He said this would protect us from the corruption. He just kind of shakes it.
Hmm.
Oh, wait. Oh, that protects you, or does it collect it?
He just Trixie's like, from what we understand, Mana, you're better at this than I am. But from what we know, that darkness goes in here, but light
And the light
comes out of here.
protects.
Yeah, we guess that's what keeps us from. It's not as looks to be as fancy as what you guys have, though.
Where Goldie?
Right.
In the box.
So far off track.
That box says Jack pointing.
Yeah.
Laurel's gonna go over
But-
the box.
We absolutely
Hold-
open this box. Do it.
Hold on. You
No.
guys worked for the church. You were collecting darkness for the church. How has Goldie reacted or acted while they've been traveling with you?
That's the thing about Goldie. Lana, 1 second. You see Lana kind of whisper something to herself, gets on her harp, and starts playing. And as she starts playing, almost you instantly can feel the magic coming off this harp. And the box starts to open. Goldie starts to stand. And just starts to dance a bit. A little more dancing. And they're like, yeah, and then Lana stops playing. Goldie just slumps down back to the ground.
Is
We
Did
found
you
it
know to
reacts
do
to
that?
music.
Nothing
Magical
else.
music or just regular?
Mainly magical music. That's kind of our. They didn't pick us because we're cute.
so Jack is making his way over to the door to the hallway, and he's pressing his ear hole against it to listen to see if anyone's out there.
Give me a perception check.
And can I start doing like an Arcana check to look over the thing for any magical like
I didn't do
sigils
very well.
or?
I got
Mhm.
a 13.
Yeah, you can't hear anything outside. You don't notice anything outside. As far as
Goldie
looking
didn't
over,
read his darkness.
no, Goldie doesn't give off dark.
Mm-mm.
I'm
But like magic stuff. There's no like symbols or
Yeah.
anything.
There's a
like-
bunch of. There's a few symbols on it. There's a symbol of Unis on each
Yeah.
wrist.
What if
Up
What
the
if
off the arms, there is iconography of all the other gods.
the body isn't the bad part?
I think the
And I'm
body's just
looking at Avi as I say this.
empty. I don't think there's anything in
It's like
in them.
flat face Almas.
Exactly.
They're just if you have you tried any magic that isn't music related?
Lots. The only thing it really reacted to, and like, it's not even it dances, but it's mainly kind of
Has-
like it's like a marionette. Like
It's
it
like-
just dances.
Hey,
We don't control it very much, but enough to think. We thought this would be the easiest way to move through town because everyone loves the band. Everyone just kind of, hide in plain sight.
So
Laurel, you know how we were testing things on Avi a while back on the beach?
Yes.
Or how you were?
Oh, can we not do that again?
No, not on Avi, but on Goldie.
Chak hastily makes his way across the room and like grabs Almas by the arm and says,
Bicep.
"Where Mo?
Unhand me. No, go
Where
ahead.
Mo? Where Mo?
Unhand
British
me, you
now.
fool!
Mo?
Where Mo?"
Here. I pull him out of his pocket dimension.
It's like get him to look outside. Make sure no one coming. It's like Chak turns to everyone else. It's like there's darkness in the city. We knew darkness in the city. Maybe it brought
Yes.
them here because it trap.
But it's also the family that Avi knows that brought them here.
Allied with another family, and I did
It's
say
like
specifically Aloise's.
it's like her Chalk
Did you say that out
growls.
loud?
Yeah.
He's just kind of, they're just like, we just agreed to meet with this Alois. Was that a bad thing? It was
No.
his brother, after all, that invited us and brought us here. What is he,
Who cares
Yannick?
who it? Chak no understand. Why we care who it is?
Because
Like-
I know I trust Alois, and I don't know if I trust the rest of the family. Everything.
And
We don't know which. Also, to be fair, there was 2 families involved in this. And we don't know which one it was. If it was not both.
Chak have very important question. Avi Ghost answer. Do you know for certain they not darkness?
I know for certain Alois won't be
Why?
because I trust him.
They're like members of her
Who
tribe,
did you?
Jock.
It's like Chak points to the warhammer on her back. You trusted them.
I did.
Before, Jock.
It's like
She trusted them before.
that
Avi,
cannot be corrupted by
you
darkness.
feel a vibration on your head.
Talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
That's
She will be not unkindly, but in a recognition, kind of roll her eyes and just like gently tap on the head of the hammer.
You see
Oh no. Okay.
Jock, people can make mistakes.
Dumog kind of looking over, and he kind of like,
Jock, people can make mistakes, but that doesn't mean that they have to pay for them the rest of their lives. Just because she trusted someone who tried to kill us doesn't mean that,
Also, last time I checked, we didn't
Alois.
hold you getting nearly corrupted by darkness against you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
Just because a small group of people betrayed her doesn't mean that everyone in her tribe will.
Outside of their free will, I'd like to add.
Yes.
at this time, where's Mo?
Mo turned
In the
into
hall, right?
a centipede, invisible. He's outside. I have a 15 for his perception, and he is to alert me if anything happens.
Okay.
Chak. Chak say, Chak. No, you can trust people, but if darkness worms way in, it's like he shakes his head. Doesn't matter if it's friend or foe.
Chalk, you're
Alois-
making assumptions and you don't know if darkness has
No.
invaded her friend.
This is
No,
this is
but
a
you
fair.
all be foolish otherwise to assume anyone here not darkness.
You're assuming that we're not being cautious.
I see you've dealt with the corrupted.
Long story.
Chalk, you always hold so little faith in all of us. Can you not understand that we are also as suspicious as you are? But we're not
If,
going to jump to conclude or to assumptions on people.
if you're all done being a bunch of Lanas, no offense, Lana, she's
Shut up,
she's just like,
No, be offended that time.
I just yelled, "Shut up, Trixie!"
we told that Alois guy we'd meet with him, and he's probably on his way here.
When I didn't hear that, you sent everyone away beforehand.
I put it on the letter.
Oh, okay. I give her
So
side eye. Side eye.
she kind of gives you side eye right back.
I just roll
Just
my
like,
eye.
should we be worried about this? Should
I think that we should trust Aviana's opinion. And then I look at Chalk. And
Doc
if
just
anything
spits on the
goes
ground and
wrong,
walks away.
then we react, Chalk. This isn't the Chalk show.
Mo
have to
alerts
trust
you that
us.
someone's coming. 3 people.
Who is it? I can see through his eyes. Who is it? Or what? Describe, I suppose.
2 people in cloaks walking behind what looks to be a well-dressed elf of the wood elf variety.
All right. I'll tell it. Heads up. I think they might be here already.
Start turning back into gaseous form.
Jack will
No.
resolve himself to become
But in a corner.
a mouse.
I'll do it like behind
Whatever else
some
doing.
kind of. I'll
Hanging
do it in
out.
a place where it's as hidden as possible, like either in a corner or behind like some drapes or something.
Okay, so just how he's turning in.
I have to run to the
Wild
washroom. I'll be
shaped
right back.
mouse.
Be quick.
Be swift.
Not speed.
We're really quick. As they're coming to the door, I will pull over to Laurel since she stepped away. Be like, all right, what do we do now that we know where the body is?
We figure out who wants it and stop them from taking it.
Okay. No one's jumping into the body. Gotcha.
She looks confused at Almas.
Mike, I got a quick question for you as you were waiting for Erica.
Okay.
The body, is it, so I understand it's a puppet and it moves whenever there's music. Otherwise, is it more statue or is it more like human body? Like, is it made of flesh and hair?
No, it's not flesh.
It is
solid, like gold-esque material. You're not sure if it's actual gold or if it's metal or what. It's a weird material.
Non-organic, though.
No, it's not organic.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Laurel's just like leaning casually, acting like she's a bodyguard or something. She's not going anywhere.
Door knocks. I don't know if I came through or not. Bang, bang. Dumog goes, I'll answer it.
Wait,
He
do
goes-
I need to make a check to hide beforehand?
I'll say you have just enough time where you're just turning your gaseous form.
Okay, good.
And there's a mouse on the side, and then there's the other three are just standing there.
The mouse is under the bed.
And then the door opens, and in walks a well-dressed wood elf with 2 you presume to be guards behind him that are cloaked in fine cloaks.
Also, immediate darkness check, by the way.
Yeah, roll
it. 9. Hey,
You
what's up?
sense-
I roll with advantage, by the way. Anyway,
So you sense that just the darkness on both of the vessels and a little bit of moat in the hallway, and that's it.
nothing else sticks out. Cool.
Nothing else sticks out. Seeing the robes that these 2 are in, and the way this man is dressed, you would notice the not iconography, but like the family crest on it. To be the family that I always mispronounce.
Mm-hmm. The one family.
Yeah.
The rule of them
Faithra?
all.
Yes, the Faithra family. And so, looking in, Avi, you do recognize, at least from the. I don't know if you've ever actually met, or you just know their description.
You've asked me this question like 6 times, and I've answered it every single time the exact same way, and I cannot tell you which way that answer goes. You're welcome.
Awesome. Well, you recognize it from the description that you assume this man would be Alois. And then you can't see because they have their really deep
Yeah.
cowls. So
They haven't met, by the way.
They have not met. So you know from the description, and you're like, yep, this has got to be it. He's got the fancy clothes. He's got the family emblems. The guards who are with him have those emblems. He goes, It's so nice to meet you. He goes, like, motions to one of his attendants to close the door. He goes, I don't mean to alarm you, but I believe there might be people here with dubious intent. I have word from my in-source sources that all you have been brought here under false pretenses. That my own flesh and blood may have brought you here to try to do something with the body. I don't know. I don't mean to alarm you, but that is actually the body of Unis. He pauses for like
Mhm.
everyone gasping on, like nobody in the
Dramatic
room
effect.
does
Almost
anything.
puts
He's
his
just kind of
hands on
like,
his face.
Oh no!
Oh my lord.
and you just hear, how did you guys get in here? And one of the guys flips off his hood, and then the other one flips
Oh,
off
no.
their hood. It's Mel, and
Start transforming back.
it's what's it called? Mel and what the hell's his name? Not
Elrid?
Ronan. Elrid. It's Mel and Elrid. They're just kind of
Mhm.
like, they know already, Eloise. They're the ones we are telling you about.
I think we told them about it, didn't we?
No, they're the ones that they told him about, as
Oh,
in the people that
Mm.
Eloise,
right,
they had
right.
mentioned to Eloise. Like, yes, they're the ones we were talking about. That pointing over at Aviana, that's the one that sent that letter. He goes, oh. He kind of takes a step back. He goes, my sister has spoken of you.
She's talked a lot about you too.
Have you seen her recently?
Not in a while. No. Have you?
He's just kind of like, no, not really. Are you too close? And as he says that, you kind of see him like reaching for something.
Oh, don't be a knife, please. She'll kind of like, weirdly enough, hold up one of her hold a foot up to show her boot, and be like, she got these commissioned for me because she got frustrated that my shoes kept falling apart while we were roof running.
Sounds like the one she used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Wait, what? Have you talked to her recently?
I do not contact her, but my brother does.
That says a lot. Okay.
I think this may have been her idea to have this whole thing put together.
Is she here?
Not yet, from what I understand. I'm not sure if she's coming or not. But I assume, from what I have understood of what's happened, that this might not be a good thing.
No. Especially if she's coming. We have to get this out of here. And she'll gesture vaguely to the room where the body is. And the body's out, right? We haven't put it away yet, right?
No, it's just like slumped on the ground. Anytime they don't play music, it seems to kind of like sit down and wrap its arms around its knees.
It's a redead. Excellent. A giant golden redead. We got this. Okay.
Like,
Okay.
they're just like, yes, it was my brother and his associate who convinced the council to get this whole thing going.
Okay. If I were to sit and explain to you everything that's happened with your sister, we would be here for too long. I need you just to understand that you cannot trust her anymore. As
Gotten that impression lately. As soon as she started siding with my brother over me, I knew something must be.
to be fair, I have heard terrible stories about him, so yeah.
Well, most of them are probably true. They're even worse now that he hangs out with that stupid Killian.
Who? Oh no! Oh no!
Yes.
The Glassers? Uh-huh.
Yes, this is their
Mm.
doing.
Did any weird story what the Glassers end up making their way here by any chance?
All I know is he was once betrothed to my sister, but something happened and it fell apart.
Mhm.
By your face, I
Wait.
guess there's a story to this.
Wait, who's your
Fortunately, that one
sister?
would be more fun, but take just as long to tell. So, if this all pulls through, then maybe I'll sit and tell it to you one time.
Well, from what I understand, the engagement is back on.
Something is definitely wrong then. Okay. Well, the only way to resolve. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Avion starts to kind of like pace and just try to like just too many thoughts right now. Lots of things to think about. And she's just kind of like again haphazardly mumbling to herself and just trying to work through a bunch of brain stuff.
My plan was
The-
to organize a group and to try to overthrow the tower. And from what my research has shown us, is we will, by doing that, we can potentially take down this barrier and bring our people home.
Have you do you understand the potential ramifications of that? Are you understanding you're aware of the darkness and all of these things, I'm assuming? We've also been out of the loop terribly for a very long time and don't know what's happening globally.
It's not right that they're keeping these people out of here, sacrificing them on the outsides of this bubble. As he's like, that's his like, I'm all noble and shit speech.
Yeah, no, great, excellent, cool.
They put an arm, like the two behind him put an arm on there, and he kind of like
mhm.
puts both of his hands on top of their arms, and I was like,
So what happens when Killian Glasser turns into a giant monster and destroys everybody? What do you do? Because the
he's
barrier
just kind of like,
Also,
down.
pardon?
also,
What?
would the gaseous people have reverted by now?
The only one who's gaseous was you.
Okay,
Everyone
yeah,
else just
I
stood
was
there.
transforming back as soon as I
Okay.
saw it was what's his face.
Okay, yeah. So you're back up and running.
Okay, yeah, I would have stepped out from wherever I was hiding. At some point.
So I am sure you heard about what happened in oh god, was it Lukey or Kamal? Kamal?
Wait,
Oh,
what's your question? Because Kamal
to be fair,
was
to be fair, both cities.
Loki is where I was from and where we defeated Brillick.
So I take it you heard what
Other
happened.
one was the flood.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's in Lukey and in Kamal.
The flood only happened in one place, but either way.
Yeah, and the other one, I believe wasn't there a giant thunderstrike that like took out the castle or something like that? Like, no, there wasn't. It was fine.
No, it
Anyway.
was the darkness flew out of the opening in the ceiling and started
It's only been
swirling
like
around
5 years,
crazily.
It's a little.
It's been like 5 months.
No, I mean it was real life. It's been ages.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Anyway,
Real
so
life, yes.
the flooding of the city and the destruction and everything that happened with that is directly related to an incredible stressor conflict related things. It was started by one thing and then it got significantly worse until it was taken care of. I'm just saying you need to understand, on the one hand, noble cause, excellent, saving the people, we love that. Do you need to make sure you're not going to make it worse?
By removing the barrier?
Removing the barrier, inciting a revolution, causing a minor, I'm assuming, minor major scuffle, upon which one side rests a large portion, if not the entirety of the military, of one side being fueled by strife and conflict and a force upon which that feeds. That was almost English. You're welcome.
Once the council sees their people, sees the strife they have been through, they will welcome them home.
No, they won't.
Push aside the lies that Killian and Yannick are telling them. They are good people. You just need to show them the way.
And again, good people, excellent. Are you willing to put this entire city at risk for that, including the people you're trying to save?
What would you have me do then?
Let us take the body away from here?
Cut the head off the snake. If we stop whatever is feeding the darkness, whatever this big grandiose side of it is, it might just make all of it go away or fade. It might take time.
How
It's
do we
just a
even get out of
warning.
the city? So what is your plan, to run and hide?
Yeah, absolutely
Our-
not, unfortunately.
Our plan is, well, honestly, we work better
We-
without plans. We
we-
work
to-
better without plans because they never work.
Well, and to
It's
be
worked
honest,
once, and that was a surprise.
it was a very well thought out plan. Currently,
We have end goals.
yeah, we
Those
have
are different than plans.
to be honest, our current plan ends about here. It was get to the city initially to get information, and now we knew the body was here, find the body, and we just need to know what international happenstances are to figure out where to go from there because we don't know what else is happening
Well, like,
anywhere else.
Mana, give him your report. Okay, Trixie. From what I understand, what's going on has to do something with that tower. I don't know if you're in touch with, like, the magics, but like I am, and I can feel like a disturbance being caused by, the big old floating tower. I think it's what's causing this bubble for sure. But it's like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but magic doesn't work like it used to. Something's disrupting it, something's causing issues.
we we have information about that. We haven't told them everything, have we?
We told them very little because again, we'd be here for like the entirety of
Well,
the night.
essentially, pretty much we brought our vessel back. Some shit went down. Sindrak saved our lives. And
Do you see him snicker a little bit? He got saved by Syndra.
yeah, I know, but he did. So give credit where credit is due. Don't.
No,
Lana's kind
no,
of got that I
don't do
told you
that.
so kind of look at them.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, she's not all bad. And like I said, he cast a teleportation circle, and you know how those are usually instant. 2 months had passed.
Yeah.
I think something when, we returned the darkness to the vessel, went wrong, and now magic is fucked. So it's
Oh,
kind of our fault, but not really. It's really the church's fault.
interesting.
Really Unis's fault. Or a part of Unis.
They-
Or
it's
all
a-
of them. I don't know.
It's a long story. It's again,
Yeah.
that's even the basics of it.
Yeah,
We can't
that's-
let Unis, whatever you guys think is Unis or what you're calling Unis, back to Goldie. Is what you're telling us.
Exactly.
No, that would be most likely very bad.
Yes.
So we need to keep this away from them. We need to figure out a way to stop them. And that's long-term goals is all we have at this point.
Yeah.
And what about that? Kind of like walks up, like flutters over to the window and like
Right.
points at the giant tower.
So I say, be careful, snake off the head, whatever. If you think that this is causing it, if this is the source of the darkness in this area, then absolutely dismantling and destroying that will do wonders.
I mean,
Ideally, before your sister gets here,
do you think we could help them?
we could. It
'Cause,
depends on.
we're not letting Goldie go. That's kind of our mission, is to protect Goldie. Kind of, what we do.
Okay,
I understand that,
So-
but
we have a new plan. When is Lorelai supposed to get here?
Eloise is like, I'm not fully sure. I don't know if she's even coming to the concert. She says she was having trouble getting here. Last
Okay.
night we heard from her, she was in Grotria.
oh,
Okay, so essentially, we need to do this before she gets here because I don't know what else she'll be able to do. if we can stop this before she arrives, then it'll give her less power when she arrives. I think.
Yes, I agree with Avi, and I think the best course of action would be to at least try and do it together. It would be easier on everybody.
But I do think
I
that
mean, look,
Goldie needs to go.
I do as well.
Okay, so there's our plan. Break the tower.
Help me with my war then.
Well, hold on.
Said that
Be careful.
because
We
all of
don't.
Mike's characters sound the same. Who said "help me with my war"?
That one, that was Aloise's. Just kind of like, well, you said it was a war. I hope not to go to conflict. And then
Look, we don't
and I was
want.
like, well, we do have all our soldiers sitting outside the city. If we can get them in here, they can probably help us.
No, that will make things significantly worse.
Yes.
The idea is to avoid that as much as possible. Because that is the environment in which the darkness will thrive and again, just make things worse. It'll be bad.
Luis, that's your name, right?
Yes.
Who ordered the tower to be activated?
The council claims they did it, but to be honest, I believe it kind of, from what I understand and the investigating I've done, is it kind of seemed to do it on its own.
So you think that the tower did it on its own and the council is trying to cover it up as best they can?
I don't think they're in as much control as they want the public to think. And through all this, Killian and Yannick have just they have the council's ear. They're promising them these things. They've brought them in this band for some reason. I don't know, like I don't think he's ever heard of them before. Why would he bring them here?
I'm just gonna
I
vaguely
think because
point
of
to the
Goldie.
gold man.
Yeah. I mean, he's why we're here, if we're being honest.
And
He's the
and
entire
information.
reason why we came.
Okay. So, I guess our plan is to avoid conflict by destroying the tower, which is the thing that
If you
is.
give me more time, I can find a diplomatic solution to all this.
I think the time for diplomacy has passed.
Elred's just kind of like, I agree. You've had your shot, Alois. It's time we step things up. Diplomatic solutions, you've had your chance. They've failed.
I mean, I don't think anyone here really knows us. I mean, we could just be some random group of thugs who came in and tried to destroy your tower. You have no ties to us, as far as anyone knows, other than the people standing in this room.
So you're planning on stealthily going in and destroying the tower?
Yes, but having a plan is one thing, and executing it perfectly is another. One of us may be seen. One of us may die and be found.
Elred just told me you guys are all quite capable.
Yes, I mean, we haven't died first, but I mean, I leave nothing to chance. Some of
As
us
he
have
kind of leans
almost
and he
died
goes,
before.
"What about them?" And he like kind of like nudges over to all these little like 12 to 18-inch tall pixies just kind of like flying around, hovering around, so sitting on like a lamp. Another one.
I
Just get a fly swatter. It'll be fine. No, that is not a line of dialogue. It's fine.
I think they're quite capable. If
Okay, hear me out. On the one hand, we need to find somewhere to put Goldie because if we execute this on the night of the concert, it'll cut things very thin. But if you don't have Goldie perform with you, and if you try to argue to have Goldie perform with you here, we're taking him away and you're losing all of your privileges. But if we find a way to hide him, can we fit him in a bag of holding maybe or something? Put him somewhere else. While you're performing, we can use it as a distraction while nobody is around to infiltrate the
We
tower.
weren't planning on performing.
At all?
That's what they brought us here for, but like Mana said, like that's the problem. You know, like
Mhm.
we
Well,
are
this
kind
was-
of, going to take
I'm-
it down.
This is what I'm saying is, what if your part of taking it down was to run distraction by doing the concert?
We get for being so good.
But also, we could use their help.
It's just that they're putting on a show that's going to distract most people, if not everyone. Considering
mean, but
the
we've
mob
also-
outside of their to show their popularity.
We've also discussed the possibility of them performing a show being a trap.
Yes, if they don't have.
And it could be a trap for them.
How about we can handle ourselves? Don't worry. Like,
It's a
oh
risk.
my god, I think I've got this.
Mm-hmm.
We do the show. Lana, get working on a set list. Mana, get your imaging spells fine tuned. Look at Goldie, be Goldie, understand Goldie. Dumog, you're stepping in for Goldie.
Yeah, what exactly does Goldie look like? It's just a golem?
It's a golden golem.
Lana, can you play your harp again? And I kind of want to, like, see if I can, like, take a look at, Dumog, or whatever his name
Goldie's
is.
much
and then-
better. He's just like, oh, don't worry, I'll just use major image on. I'll just
Oh, well
cover
then
my
perfect.
magic.
You don't need my help. That works even
He'll
better.
get Dumog, you need to learn Goldie's moves. We'll get working on that. This is gonna be beautiful.
Oh, I can help. I've actually gotten quite good at dancing. I might be able to help you learn a thing or two.
I thought you were on the infiltration team.
I just mean while we're prepping. I am on infiltration, but I mean I can help you pick up a dance move step here and there.
Well, we'll get our concert going. We'll do synchronizing things. We'll try to. We'll get this so planned out. It's gonna be so good. Like we're gonna have we'll have it planned when you guys like break in. We'll hit it with like the high notes and like Crash will go extra crazy. Oh, so good. Crash, you're bringing out the 360 drums for this one. We're going all out. Like,
Hold up,
oh
new plan.
my god.
We're gonna do Battle of the Bands. No, scrap it. Scrap the whole thing. We're doing Battle of the Bands.
Yes.
Let's go.
Is it Scott Pilgrim now?
We'll destroy
Yeah.
the tower with the power of music.
Yup. Let's go,
Power
baby.
of friendship.
Friendship and music. Let's go.
Friendship is magic after all.
We got it. No, okay. Again, that is a plan. Does anyone have a B plan?
Dumog like, I have plan.
Uh-huh.
Dumog just like, if fail, we fuck up their shit.
That point
I like
might
that
be
plan.
too far along to stop it. If you can avoid it, especially with people who are apparently causing this many problems, to be incredibly careful before you decide to pull that trigger.
We can hold on. We hold on. We keep them away from tower. You handle tower.
Okay, so okay. So what do we do with this? Pointing at the gold man. Because they can't go on stage.
I fake Goldie. I do the moves. I do dance.
What do we do with them though? Are we gonna
Yes.
leave the body here? We can't. I don't think leaving it behind entirely is a good idea. They
We
need to be
trust-
somewhere.
We trust Skinny Man and friends. You seem like nod over to Alois and Mel and Elred. We trust them.
We do, but I trust them to wants to protect it. I don't know if I trust their capability to deal with the kind of things that we're going to be dealing with.
If you go in tower, you bring Goldie?
I was gonna say I was gonna say we can put him in the bag of holding. We lost the bag of holding literally ages ago.
Yes, when Bach left.
And our last one, Chalk, turned into a nuke. Okay, so
Can what was it, Elrid? What's his name? Elrond?
There's Elrid, there's
Elrid.
Mel, and there's Eloise.
I'll look to Elrid. Can you get us a bag of holding in the next bit? Can you go procure that? Seems
When's
easy
the
enough to
concert?
do.
We're not 100% sure when the actual concert is. Like, yeah, that's the thing. They never really gave us, like, a date. They said we'd, like, figure it out when we got here.
It was a trap.
But,
There
like-
was never a set date. It's fine. Elrid, if you can get us a bag of holding, we'll carry it at all times on our person.
if we can fit it in. How big is the gold man?
When Goldie stands up, it's almost hitting the roof.
Oh god, okay, that's not gonna...
That'll fit in a bag
Is
of
it-
holding. Yeah.
Are they, like, super narrow?
I think it's
Because
like...
the bit with
Are we
bag of
getting
holding,
a bag
as long
of
as you
holding?
can
'Cause
fit
we don't
a
have
thing
one.
around
I
it,
was
right?
asking old buddy to go get me one.
Yeah. Or if Eloise can grab one.
Yeah, Eloise would probably be the person to be able to get it because, he's all rich and shit.
So, okay, so we get a bag of holding, we put we put God in a bag of holding and just carry them
Don't
around.
got to worry about breathing, at least.
Yeah, right?
Yes, I can procure one for you. I have... our family has
It's only
money at
half a god.
disposal.
As long as God's body doesn't weigh more than 500 pounds, we'll be fine.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
He does not weigh
They
500
kinda look at it.
pounds.
Solid gold.
Gold's not that heavy.
Isn't gold super heavy?
It's not the
Gold
heaviest
is
metal.
incredibly heavy.
It's
It's
not
not,
the
the heaviest.
Yeah.
It's heavy, though.
Mm-hmm.
A golden statue weighs more than 500 pounds. Is there a weight limit on the bag of holding?
Yeah. 500 pounds.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Extra large bag of holding. Well, because also to be fair, usually you never overfill 500 pounds.
Portable
500 pounds is a
hole or something
lot.
like that.
It's
Oh,
you need a
portable
hefty
holding.
bag of holding,
Yeah, can I have
anti-rip protection.
have a hefty bag of holding, please and thank you. Okay, racking brain, other magical things. Portable hold does
Portable hole.
rope trick?
We normally keep him in we put him in his box because it also kind of keeps most magic out. But it's not perfect. It seems to.
How do
only
you
really-
carry the box then? If this thing weighs more than who can carry more than 500 pounds?
They're Dumog rolls it around. He has a cart.
They just roll it, flip it side.
Oh, he
by
has like
side.
a little dolly.
Sorry, I'm imagining those things people use to go get
It's like
groceries.
the big roadie
sometimes?
cases. Like they keep
Oh,
ants
see, I'm picturing literally like the little grocery bags that have wheels on them that you can drag around. Anyway.
in. It's like a.
Okay.
He goes with the performance equipment.
How much is 5? Okay, so it's not gonna. Okay, so okay, we still need to. I don't know. I don't know what to put them in. I don't know what to put them in. What do we put?
And
what do we put 'em in?
sometimes when we really can't, we just have Mana just reduces him. Whoop. And we do that sometimes.
Which will.
There was this one show when we were in Northern
just- I guess
Revlon
the weaker
that we
side.
shrunk him
How long
down,
does that
and
last?
Trixie held him in her hand, and as she flew it around with him, she threw Goldie in the air, and then Lana canceled the spell, and he came up to full size, and then landed really cool and then
No.
started dancing. It was amazing.
So that's an hour long, correct?
But we've only done it for 10 minutes, just for the performance.
And it only lasts 10 minutes. Does it last any longer than that?
Well, we just did it right before the set, so we could have a cool intro.
That's not the question I'm asking. How, if you were to cast it and then let it go the entirety of the natural spell until it ended, when would that end?
Yes, Alana.
We haven't tried.
Almost, do you know what that spell?
Absolutely not. It doesn't kill people,
Wait,
so I don't know
yes,
Where's Bach? Where's Bach
That's
when
not-
we need him? Come
but
back.
you've enlarged Tavruk before.
it. Nope.
Bach did a whole lot of stuff.
Oh, that was Bach that did that?
Yeah.
I thought that was Almas. All right, fuck. Okay.
Bach
Like,
did
it doesn't
Scratch
last.
that.
Buck
From what I
Wild
understand,
stuff
it
with
doesn't last very
Buck
long.
showed
Like,
me
we
Buck.
did it for like a minute. It's
Okay,
not
that
like
could
it lasts
work.
for an hour or anything like that. We just did it small, popped in the hand, threw them up, poof, giant Goldie cannon. Moves
Okay.
are extra tight that night.
That's not gonna work.
But
either.
you know what? Avi, actually, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
do that thing where, like, you know how friends will look at friends and like try to communicate telepathically with their eyes. Do you remember Kamal in that church?
Yeah.
Reducing his size and putting him into a bag of holding could be just the thing. It could work.
That's I don't. It could work.
Oh, hold on. Mike's PC crashed.
Oh. Also, I'm pretty sure the explosion happened because we also had like a portable hole.
All right, I'll go to a whole
What did you
screen real
put?
quick.
No, you threw it. You threw the bag of holding into like an interdimensional portal, and the whole thing exploded. It was so
No,
good.
we
We'll come back with a plan.
All right, so ignore the the way that the windows look. Don't worry about it. Mike's computer crashed, but we're ending for the night. So we have a plan to go forward with this band, figure out what's going on with the God Bod, but we seem to be here with a plan to take down the darkness. Join us next week on the Isle of Misfit Rules.